was like, oh my god, that's an hour and 40 minutes. Nope, not even close. That sounds funny. I'll check that out later. Good evening, everyone. Right now it's 8:31. There really isn't any news to speak of, but... Oh, a sock I've been looking for forever finally turned up behind my washing machine. It's one of my favorites. Oh dear, I guess that doesn't really qualify as news, does it? That's all for today. Have fun out there. Holy shit. Yep, still a B. Some wonderful new seasonal offerings. Why do I have so many black bass in my inventory? Gardening hat. Okay, so let's just do the morning routine. Our fruit today? I don't remember if fruit are today or tomorrow. Fruit are not today. They're tomorrow, I guess? Yeah, So my original plan was to come do early morning turn-ups, right? Like always. But, I had other things to do today, so we're now doing turn-ups. We're not doing turn-ups at all this week, I guess. I had other things to do. What can I say? And, tomorrow... I mean, I'm still going to keep track on my turnip price, see if anything good comes out of them. But yeah, I completely missed turnips this week. It happens sometime, you know. It's not really that bad. I was like, I saw a weed somewhere. It was that one right there. Yeah, it happens. I'm not too beat up over it. Again, I am expecting my turnip prices to be bad this week. How bad? Who knows? It's probably a small spike. But I'll keep an eye on it just in case. Yeah, we'll probably just do the same thing we've been doing all week. Shark hunting. Look for the Dorado. Look for the other thing. There's like a dozen fish we need to find that I haven't found yet. So I'll keep my eye out for those. And we'll go do the wedding season stuff, because I'm still really enjoying that. That's the plan today. Gosh, all the clams right now, man. I mean, I'll take them. Because I will need them. There it is. Got more rocks to hit today. Is it just me or do the clams look really small? Like, I'm definitely picking up a lot of small clams. Gosh dang it. God, the shovel in this game is the worst. Okay, let's hit these rocks. I think the fence technically works for this one. Come on. Oh, yeah. It is really nice when it's along that fence. I should make a rock garden. God, that's just gonna take so long. I don't even know where I'd want my rock garden. I mean, I do have this space right here that I need... Gosh dang it. That I do need to fill with something eventually. Swap it? Gold bars. Ooh! I could make a money room. I actually do have an idea for the gold bars. I should go to Able Sisters because they're gonna close in like a few minutes. Climb bait, there we go. Alright. God, there's still so many to go. That could be worse. It really could be. Yep, I still got 3 more I can make. Oh, nope. Yeah, let's check out Able Sisters real quick. Ooh, a camo shirt. I mean, we did get camo pants from someone. A space helmet? Fitting room. Already have some of that. I don't need a career. I already have Western stuff. I don't need fancy dress. I mean, the only thing even slightly interesting is... I don't know, a casual kimono wouldn't be bad, I guess. Honestly, I think the brown probably looks the best. Nope. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that, wasn't I? Oh gosh, I just remembered. Okay, we'll do that afterwards. I gotta go, we gotta go find the last 2 fossils first. There's one. Anything down here? Nope. There's a weed. Ooh, Wisp is here. Huh. That's cool. We'll go hang out with that cool kid. I can actually just talk to him now. Ah, a ghost! And that way, while looking for the last fossil, we can go see if we can find his ghost parts. Please do not startle me. Is there any chance you can take the pieces of my spirit? Yep, I know, Wisp. I've done this 1,000 times before. Okay, I've done it like 4. My point is still valid. Yep, this field remains empty this week. Gosh, it's because my controller's getting low on battery. It feels like it's drifting more. But I haven't actually, like... It hasn't given me a low battery notification, so I haven't actually charged it. I did miss turnips. Hey, Trent, how you doing? Good to see ya. Yep, I missed... I had something... Something came up. And so I couldn't do turnips this morning. You know, it's how it goes. It's not... It's... I'm not stressing over it. But I'm still going to keep track of my turnip prices. So, okay, so I have all this wedding stuff. Not the double sofa. A wedding chair. A wedding chair. Oops. And then I guess we'll put the last one right here. We're probably going to redo this entire area, like, tomorrow. Oh, those are candles. Okay. I didn't remember buying candles, but, yeah. Makes sense if I did. Yeah, I still need, what, 2 more chairs? Yeah. It's a little crowded. I'll figure it out. Oh, that's Wisp himself. So I decide to trade stitches away. Oh yeah, it is a full moon tonight. Or, it was, yes. I don't know, I know there was a lunar eclipse yesterday. Or was it 2 days ago now? In, like, everywhere's but North America. So I completely missed that. I don't know if it was in South America, admittedly, but... I know it just wasn't in the States for sure. No, I was going down, game. Person gave me 200 tickets for a tip. Gave me 10 extra tickets in the Royal... Wow. Yeah, Stitches is one of those high-value characters. So that does make sense. Any sharks? Any ghost spirits? Nope, no sharks, no ghost spirits, no fossil. There's a ghost spirit. I think I'm missing one. Yep. Oh, and there's the fossil. Oh, come on, ghost spirit. Be exactly where I want it. Be like somewheres near town hall. Don't put me through hell like yesterday. Or didn't we just have Wisp like 2 days ago? I mean, I guess Sunday counts as like a new week. So I guess that makes sense. But, oh, it'd be so cool if it was in the market district. There it is, though. I'll take that. Oh, I was like, it was right here somewheres. How much is 200 tickets in Nook Miles? I feel like that's an insane amount. Oh yeah, I forgot I had the Mahi Mahi there. Oh, fish. There we go. Oh my god, that's a lot of... You know, I figured it was... I thought it was 200. God, that'd be 100 tickets. Oh my god, 400... That's so many. So you freaking made out like a bandit. Good for you. Holy shit. Then again, I mean, I don't really even have that many... I mean, I have 10,000 Nook Miles, but I don't really, like, do challenges all that often, admittedly. I do a few every day, and that's about it. God, that's a crazy number. Take a closer look, indeed. I figured... Yep, I figured I had nothing to donate. Just looking for one shark and a bunch of river fish, man. And a pond fish. A few bugs. 2 bugs. Plesio. Saber-tooth skull. Let's make a new net. Okay, let's go sell some stuff. And, yeah, and then we'll head over and get some more wedding stuff. Oh, hey, it's a... Ooh, a lava lamp. Do I think I have a Newton's Cradle. I want to sell. But I'll take a lava lamp. Just a moment. All done. 416. That's not too bad. And that's another arcade machine. I think I have, Street Fighter. And that's... What? Not... Galaga? Not Galaga. Oh, God, what's that game? Not Xerxes. Whatever, my brain's farting. Maybe I'm thinking of Galaga. Let's go give Wisp his soul back. Hey, Wisp, here, have your souls. Oh, his spirits. Excuse me. That's all 5 pieces. Ta-da! Alright, I'll give you a reward. Flooring. Something new. I find something new usually gives me better stuff. Usually. Orange retro flooring. I can see what it looks like. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like a... It honestly reminds me of, like, pool tile. Oops. I actually do like the bright red better than my, Yeah, that's way better. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna put it in storage. I did not mean to put the iron in storage. Oh, I have no bugs in storage. I can totally afford to do that. Maybe that's what I'll do with all those sharks. I mean, I still have so much storage room. Like, I ain't fretting about nothing at this point. Okay, let's get changed. So, I made the... It was this shirt... Was it? No, it might have... Was it these pants? It might have just been the white pants. It's all about the sunglasses. Yeah, no, that's it. I do have 2 pairs of wingtip. Oh, it's so good. I mean, the shoes could totally be better. Or, I mean, the pants. But it's what I've got. Because I don't think... I don't remember. Let's go with that. Yeah, because I was joking about that yesterday. Or whenever that was. Alright, let's go do some wedding stuff. You know what I could put there? I just had an idea. Don't know if it's a good one, but I definitely just had one. I'm pretty sure I've had it before, actually. Like, I've thought about it. Alright. How can I help? All the paperwork. Visit Harv's Island. Alright, let's get going. So I talked yesterday about watching like Pokemon Guess Who, and there was a new episode and it was in Emerald and it was pretty good. But I've been going back and watching the Battleship. God, those are like 5 hour, 5. I think I saw one that was like almost 7. They're long ass episodes. I don't know how people, right? I couldn't do that every day. But it was interesting to watch. It made me really want to replay Pokemon. I really do want to play Pokemon again. It's been a while. Oh, I'm so glad to see you're back for another shoot. I've got something in mind. Everything has been but a bit lonely. What a different... Anyway, I was thinking, great fun to actually build a shoot around a reception cell party. Yeah, so fine. So, let's do it. Everyone's here and everything's in place. Yep. I know exactly what I want to do. At least I have an idea. Well, so it was originally it's a 7 hours. No, it's not it's a 7-hour episode, but it's an archive of a live stream that was 7 hours long. And oh my god, it's long. And I'm assuming it gets even worse. And that's just Pokemon Crystal, which is, what, 256 Pokemon? I'm assuming it gets worse in Emerald, which has over 300 something. God, that's crazy, though. Hey, we've got a welcome board and an arch. I was actually waiting for an arch. So I want a bunch of... So how many chairs do I want? I think I want 2 tables in the back. I'm going to put this welcome board up front. And then I think I want, like... Oh god, I'm going to use a bunch of chairs. Let's also get a cake. Let's start with that, I guess. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, all I know is I really do want to replay Pokemon, man. Pokemon games are so good, and... Like, even the bad ones. Like, the worst Pokemon game, I don't think is that bad, all things considered. Just honestly speaking... And when I say worst Pokemon game, I'm usually referring to, like... Oh, God, Gen 2... Gen 2 or Gen 1, usually, actually. Gen 1 is not that great of a game. Okay, let's put, So I can change their mood. I need a keyboard, or yeah, pipe. Guess I'll put it over here. So I'll leave myself there for now. And you see what I'm trying? Let's get that light up a little bit. Hopefully it makes sense like what I'm trying to do. I know you definitely... For me, it's X and Y because for the stupid easy gym battle. Evil rival. Honestly, I think X and Y gets too much. People shit on X and Y so much. And I mean, I get why people don't like it. It does have some problems. The villain team. Perfect example right there. The villain team freaking sucks. Lysander and what's his face? But there's a lot of things to love about Gen 6. No, I'm thinking of Gen 7's the one with the good characters, right? The story's not bad. A lot of people Gen 7 has the best characters in the series. I'll say that. Gen 6 I think has maybe not the worst, but definitely some of the most forgettable. Like someone made a post where it was like, hey, name like 5 characters from it was something like name like 5 characters from Gen 6. And nobody could do it. It's like that joke about Avatar where it was like, oh, name 1 character from James Cameron 2009 smash hit Avatar. Nobody could do it. But yeah, it was kind of something like that. I mean, there's a few. Like, I can name Serena. I can name, Olympia. I can name Lysander. I can name Diantha? I can name a few. I guess we can bring in what's-his-face and what's-his-face. I don't want to bring in too many other guys. Screw it, I'm putting Yuka over on this side. Look at that. That feels... I'm gonna be excited to do the church thing tomorrow, the church scene tomorrow. But this already is like way better. Like already this scene feels more lived in. Are you ready to get started? Sure. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's just, but I still like Gen 6. For all the problems I'll give Gen 6... Okay, I'll talk about it here in a minute. Hello, everyone. I know you you're all so hard at work back at home, so I truly appreciate all of you taking out your time to join us. Today we're celebrating the love that my Psy Guy shares all over again. Now I wish we could all celebrate with us for the first time, but I have to say this is good. It makes me so happy to have all of you join us. This wonderful setting. Thanks for the work. Oh, I bet you stop before you get all weepy. Let's just all get down on our hair and have a good time. So I kind of tried to do like a dance floor where it's like all the people are gathered around and there's like the couple dancing in the middle. That's kind of what I went for. Everyone have party poppers? Alright, fire them up. Let's party. 3, 2, 1. Whee, that was great. Let's keep this party going, everyone. I was like, I know there's a way to take photos. Look at them. Look at all my party people. I can just make myself disappear. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like a dance party reception. It's nice. Nope, they don't say anything. Oh, you could pop to Popper. This was so much fun, don't you think? I feel like my side guy are newly married. I can go on forever, of course. Would you mind coming to see me when you're ready to go? No rush, no rush. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, I love Zucker's hat. Zucker's hat is great. Rolf looks good. Octavian looks like a news anchor on New Year's. Tammy's got a flapper dress. Oh, I like the bow. Gosh dang it, this is so freaking cute. All my friends are here. We're all having such a good time. What a sweet thing. Do you think we should wrap up the party? I think you're right. Fun is fun, but knowing we all have to call it a day is important too. Or knowing when to call it a day. Oh, that was just wonderful, wasn't it? Thank you. Anyway, I have a little something to show your appreciation. I hope you like it. My side guy made it for you. It's a wedding arch. And because I'm just full of surprises, I also have some heart crystals for you. We have one more teensy thing for you. It's nothing much, but I do hope you like it. Please accept this with all our love. It's a commemorative Reese and Cyrus photo plate. I know it's a bit sentimental, but we just wanted a way to share our happiness with you. Isn't that right, darling? Got that right. So, as long as that pretty little plate, you'll be as happy as me and Reese here. Yes, it's true. I mean, it's true if you believe it in it, I think. And we haven't forgotten about you, Harvey. Thanks so much for the use of your studio. We've got a special photo plate for you. It'll be ready for you soon. Gee, thanks. Play it cool, Harv. Smile and nod. And you'll hide it in a drawer later. Well, that's it. Of course, we'll be here all month, so we'd love to have you again tomorrow. I really can't thank you enough for all this. Gosh dang it, that was great. I can see wedding season not being for everyone, but I have enjoyed the shit out of it. It has been so much fun to do all the wedding day stuff. Whoa, that party looked outside. Almost make it worth giving up my kitchen for this, but I missed the fridge. I knew I could count on you. You're like the best. So, I'm just gonna buy some more gear. Yeah, that went great. I've really enjoyed this wedding day event. And I know people have done all sorts of, like, creepy, terrible things to them. Like, I saw someone, like, lock them up in prison and whatnot. But I've had fun. So I need 2 more chairs. Yeah, I think I need 2 more chairs. I'm gonna buy 2 more chairs. So where was I? So what was I talking about? Pokemon X and Y, how I can't name any of the characters? But I will stand by. While it doesn't have the great characters, I do think it has some of the best Pokemon in the franchise. Like, there is not... Like, in every generation, there's at least one Pokemon I dislike. Not Gen 6. Gen 6 does not have a single Pokemon I dislike. Which puts it above... I mean, I think Gen 7's, like, the next closest, where I only hate that one fish. You know the one I'm talking about. Alright, so what else do I need? I have 2 of those. I have a thing of wedding candles. I've got an arch. I do need the sign. But I don't know, I just think there's a lot to love about Gen 6. But I will... The difficulty is a complicated one for me. I don't think Pokemon games have to be difficult. I kind of wish they would just do what part of me do, and I know you, and they kind of do have their own form of optional difficulty. You can just turn off the EXP share. I know some people say, oh, well, if you turn off the EXP share, that makes the game too grindy. What, like Gen 2? I'll stand by. Gen 2 is good, but it is, bar none, the most grindy Pokemon game. It's pretty bad. But nobody talks about it like that, because, yeah. But I think Gen 2 is pretty freaking grindy. But I don't know, I really enjoy Gen 6. I don't think it's it doesn't make my like highest ranking or anything. I don't even know if it makes my top. It might make my top 5 just because I don't like Gens 1 and 2. But I don't know. I think there's a lot to enjoy about Gen 6. It's not perfect, but it could be worse. Now, Gen 7, on the other hand, gets way too much shit. Gen 7, is one of the best Pokemon gens out there. And given enough time, people will realize it. I know one day people will realize that Gen 6 is really good, or Gen 7. Because it tends to be Pokemon games tend to work in cycles. You don't like the newest one, you don't like the one before that, but then people turn around on the one before that. So, right, the exceptions are Gen 1 and 2. Gen 1 was popular, Gen 2 was popular. A lot of people turn their backs on Gen 3. I think Gen 3 gets way too much shit. At least it did back in the day. People did not like Gen 4 when it came out. Then Gen 5 came out. I have never seen a Pokemon game no, technically the newest game got the most hate. Gen 8. But if I had to pick a game that got the most hate for second place, it'd be Gen 5. Gen 5 got so much shit back in the day. But when Gen 5 released, a lot of people turned their around on Gen 6. Or Gen 3, I mean. A lot of people started to admit that, you know what? Gen 3 is not all that bad. That happened. I was there for that. And Gen 3 is not that bad. Like, at all. Gen 3 is really good. And then Gen 6 came out, and a lot of people hated Gen 6. But they started to admit that Platinum is the best game in the series. I don't know if I agree with that. It's really good, but I don't know if I'd say it's the best. But people turned around on Gen 4. And then Gen 7 came out. People hated Gen 7. But all of a sudden, Gen 5 was considered the best games in the franchise. Seriously, there you look. I know this is just a vocal minority or whatever. But look it up. All the evidence is still on the internet. I was there. I remember it. People didn't like Gen 3. People gave Gen 3 a lot of shit. People who liked Gen 1 and 2 gave Gen 3 a lot of shit. And it's a lot of the shit comes from people who like Gen 1 and 2. People who like Gen 1 and 2 hate every other gen. And then, of course, people who right, Gen 3 was technically it wasn't my first generation. That's 2, actually. But I put a lot of time into Gen 3, and I really consider it, like, my first Pokemon game, even though technically that's not true. But people give Gen 2... there was a lot of shit to be given to Gen 3, and nowadays it's considered a strong one. I've seen people give a lot of shit to, the other gens. And people are going to start turning around on X and Y, theoretically. I've already seen it happen in places. Not as big as it did for Gen 4 and 5. And it's just the people who grew up with those games come out and admit that, yeah, they grew up with those games and they loved them. And that's where that whole turning... Shit, that would have been a good fish to catch. That's where that whole turning around on the generation things comes from. At least that's how I view it. But I don't think there's a bad Pokemon Gen. Even for all of its problems that I have with, like, Gen 8, I don't think it's bad. The only bad games are some of the earlier games, and that's only because they've been outclassed by every game that came after it. Like, all the quality of life improvements that came in Gens 3 through... 8 have all outclassed Gens 1 and 2. Especially Gen 4. Gen 4 did a lot of good for Pokemon. Hey, it's another sucker fish. But that's just how I think of it. That's just a normal beetle. You're not what I'm looking for. Yeah, my personal favorite Pokemon game at the moment anyways is Gen 7. When I played through Ultra Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun like 2 years ago, I had so much fun with it that I hadn't had in a Pokemon game since like Platinum. I don't know, there was just something about that game that I really enjoyed. In my opinion, it has the best characters of any Pokemon game. Tons of good Pokemon. I like the change from gyms. There's a lot of things in... So there's a story that when Breath of the Wild was in development, Nintendo hired a bunch of like young up-and-coming game developers and were like, hey, what would you change to make this game better? And it's because of that we got a game like Breath of the Wild, especially after Skyward Sword, which was just Miyamoto and, Miyamoto and, not a toy. Is it, whoever does the Zelda games. Skyward Sword was just the two of them arguing back and forth to the point that Miyamoto would go behind his back and just change the game. That happened. So they hired a bunch of young, fresh ideas, and we got Breath of the Wild, and it's one of the best games of all time. Rumored, Pokemon tried to do the same thing, and instead they hired a bunch of Gen 1ers who didn't want to change the formula up that much. Who wanted to, right, because, you get rid of gyms, that's not a Pokemon game. You change the combat system a little bit, that's not a Pokemon game. It kind of sucks. But Gen 7 got rid of gyms, and I didn't need them. Honestly, I was fine without gyms. I really enjoy I enjoy the shit out of Gen 7. Z moves. Honestly, I will admit, I think Mega Evolutions is one of the coolest ideas Pokemon's ever come up with. Mega Evolution is such a cool idea. I know it was broken competitively. I know it probably was one of the things that made Gen 6 too easy, but it was so cool. Everything they did with it in X and Y and ORAS was just so cool. But, of course, it was too broken for Pokemon. So instead they were like, let's go back and create a new gimmick that changes things up a little bit but doesn't break anything. And that's where Z moves come from. And, I don't hate them, but I don't love them either. They're just okay in my mind. I get where the idea came from anyways. Right? And then Gigantamax was the next evolution of that. Gigantamax, in my opinion, is Pokemon Company trying to find a balance between Z-Move and, Mega Evolution. I don't think they hit it. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's just, it's used so little in the game. Only in gym battles. I felt like it had some potential, especially the Gigantamax, which I hate. I was watching the new Pokemon Twilight Wings, and at the end, is it Orlina? Whatever the girl's name is, the secretary goes off on the cab driver for the difference between Gigantamax and Dynamax. Those should have been switched. Gigantamax should have been a normal Pokemon getting bigger, and Dynamax should have been a Pokemon getting a new form. Which, Dynamax is like Mega Evolution, right? Because what was great about Mega Evolution was that it was giving Pokemon that were loved by fans a new chance to be good. Sableye, whatever. In Gen 2 is the prime example. Mawile's another good one. Pokemon that people liked, but they were just never... Well, okay, I don't know how popular Mawile was, admittedly. But it was Pokemon that people liked or that had potential, but due to, like, underwhelming stats, they could just never be run. But because of Mega Evolution, now they have all the competitive advantage in the world. And there are some good things about Gigantum, right? That's kind of... Like, I'd probably... honestly, Decorate's pretty good. I don't know if I'd run a normal Alcremie, but with Decorate, God, Alcremie and Hatrina are just broken sometimes, I feel. I've swept entire teams with just those two. Not all the time, but sometimes. I don't know. But yeah, I think Gen 7's great. And then I know another people's problem with Gen 7 is the whole Dimensions thing, right? That it, like, because Gen 6 kind of experimented around with, like, the multiverse idea, especially in, like, the Delta episode in ORAS. But Gen 7 just kind of went full in, hey, guess what? Pokemon exists in alternate dimensions. And I know some people didn't like that, especially in Ultra Sun and Moon. People thought it became, like, a little too much. But honestly, I was expecting to really hate the Rainbow Rocket thing. And I do think it made some missteps. But honestly, I don't think it was the worst idea ever. And of course, Pokemon games do still have their problems. I mean, everybody wants a Battle Frontier back. And I mean, there is the Gen 8 has the Battle Tower, Gen 7 has the Battle Tree, Gen 6 has the Battle Mansion, which are, like, one of the places from the Battle Frontier. And it was dumb when ORAS didn't have a Battle Frontier or even a DLC Battle Frontier. Right? Like, it looked like they were hinting at DLC for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire to add back in a Battle Frontier. It really did look like they were going to do that, and then it just never happened. Okay, I can get one more clam. Yeah. And as I've talked about 100 times before, Gen 8 is fine. It's a... I saw someone talking recently about, like, how, like, when people criticize something, they tend to use, like, the same words, right? There tends to be, like, this common language in criticism, right? Not... Kind of the whole makes you feel like Spider-Man thing. Not exactly that, but, it's kind of like that idea, right? Because it's a word that most people know, so when you hear it, it's easy to understand what that means. And the one he was talking about is when people criticize video games, the word they tend to always come back to is a game is rushed. Right? And what does that mean exactly? And I mean, we know, right? It means that the game, like, got rushed to completion. And a lot of times people do use that and it's not true. But Pokemon Gen Sword and Shield is one of those exceptions. It is definitely a game that feels rushed. I'm not even just talking all the Pokemon. Not getting every Pokemon in there is fine. Again, I like Gen 5, and Gen 5 is basically a soft reboot of the franchise, and I applaud it for that. And I think Sword and Shield could have gotten away with that. Right, saying, hey, we're soft rebooting the franchise, there's only going to be 400 Pokemon in it. I don't know, it's all about wording and communication to how you do it. I don't know. And then adding them back. Like, I feel like from the start, the plan should have been to add them back in through DLC. But that... I don't think that... I think that was kind of a panic. I think they did plan it at some point. But that was after the panic reaction. And the internet blew up. But it gets too much hate. But even looking aside from the Pokemon, certain aspects of the game just feel rushed. I mean, graphically, Pokemon's never been that impressive. Right? There were certain... I think people give too much of a shit about linearity. I know one of the big complaints about X and Y is that X and Y is too linear. So, who cares? I mean, freaking people are foaming at the mouth for games like Uncharted and Last of Us, and those are the most linear games in existence. Nobody cares. It's what you do with the linearity. And I think Pokemon does a fine job within its linearity. Not every game has to be an open world masterpiece. And that's true of Sword and Shield. Do I like the wild area? Yeah. Did they make some missteps? Like not being able to catch Pokemon until you hit a certain level? Or a certain gym badge? Yes, that was a fuck up. But there's still a lot of things to like. What else was rushed? Graphics, character-wise, I do think it's the second best in the series, right behind Sun and Moon. Because something I did think about is that Gen 1, right, a lot of people love the characters in Gen 1, right? Like, oh, Lieutenant Surge was in the war, oh, Sabrina and the creepy doll. Is Erica Gen 1? There's a ton of characters in Gen 1 that people love. And I get that. But my conspiracy theory is the reason people love the characters in Gen 1 so much is because of the anime. Right, the characters in Gen 1 aren't really characters. What does LT Surge say? He went to the war. That was it. That's all he says. That's his only character trait. And there's a bunch of other ones like that. What is it? Nah, I don't care for that. But I do... I mean, part of it is that, right, you grow up... You remember the stuff you grew up with. I remember a lot of Gen 3, right, because of that. But Gen 4, people have a lot of memories of that. Right? Your rival... Well, okay, the one thing I will give Gen 1 is the rival. Gary, or Dickhead, or whatever you called him, is very memorable. It's just... Especially for the ending. Like, holy shit. Same thing with Red and Crystal. Or in Gen 2, I mean. I say Crystal. But Red, fighting Red on the top of Mount Silver, your player from the first game, holy shit, that's cool. That's a cool moment. But it's not all like that. But, right, I give a lot of credit to the anime. The anime gave a lot of characters who have no characters. And technically, the anime still does that today. It's just not as many people watch the anime anymore. I mean, it still gets watched. I think the new seasons just started airing on Netflix. But yeah, when it comes to, like, actually having character, Gen 7 and 8 do a good job at it. I know Gen 7's, or Gen 8's they're both kind of cliche in their own way, right? Like Hop's story about wanting to be as good as his brother and all the struggles he faces from that. Technically, isn't that freaking, is it Bianca's story from Gen 5? You know, there's two rivals, Kyren and Bianca, right? Isn't that her story where she wants to go out and be a trainer, but through the course of the game, she has to kind of come with grips of not being able to do that and instead becomes a professor. Whereas Chiron has to come to the conclusion that, no, he cannot be a good trainer either. Doesn't Bianca also deal with her father at some point? But Chiron, because he loses to you, the protagonist, he has to come to grips of he's not a good enough trainer, and it makes him reevaluate his life, and he becomes a gym leader. Honestly, for as much shit as for as good as characters as I'm saying Gen 7 and 8 have, I will admit Black and White 2 has some really good characters, but only because it has it has 2 games to work off of. If you were just looking at Black and White, they're good, but they're not, right, they're good. Better, definitely better than Gens 1, 2, and 6. But with Black and White 2 taken into account and it being a sequel, God, do they go the distance, man. Black and White 2 has also got a lot. I haven't, that's the one game in the lead up to Gen 7 many years ago, my goal was to finally have a living Dex, right? I was going to start working on a living Dex. And I worked hard on that living Dex for like 3 months. I beat Gen 1. I have the full Dex for Gen 1. I got more than halfway through Gen 2. I think I got more than halfway through, right, having all the Pokemon in Gen 2. I didn't touch Gen 3, and I got about halfway through Gen 4. Didn't touch 5, 6, or 5 or 6. Then I did 7. The following years, over time, I eventually went back. I did Gen 6. I did Gen 7. I have a living Dex for Gens 1, 6, and 7, and that's still true. And then I started work on 3, and I haven't touched 4. I haven't touched 2 since then. And I touched 4 once, but that was a while ago. But the one game I never got around to even touching was Gen 5. I have not played a Gen 5 game since my Let's Play of Black and White 2. Maybe 2013. I don't remember when my Let's Play of Black and White 2 was. It was a long time ago. I have not touched Gen 5 since then. And I really should at some point. There's probably a lot of things that I don't remember about that game that I'm going to love again. But I'll get around to it at some point. Right now I need to be doing Dragon Quest, which I'm not doing. I haven't touched it in like 3 days. Instead, I've been watching 6-hour stream archives. Honestly, I just haven't. I mean, that is part of it, but that's only a small part of it. I've been doing other things. God, I need to play more Dragon Quest. Okay, how many more clams do we have? Okay, I can get 2 more. I don't even know when I'm getting all this clam bait. I don't even know when I'm going to use it. I just know I am at some point. God, I can legitimately throw it all away in less than a minute. Because I'm looking for big river fish. And who knows where those big river fish are going to spawn. So I just ranted about Pokemon for almost 30 minutes. Excited for the DLC, which comes out in, what, like 2 weeks? I'm curious. I don't know how good it'll be, but I am curious. Oh my god, I can't. Yeah, I kind of do want to boot up. I kind of do want to boot up Gen 2 again. I know where I am in ORAS. I am in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm at the Elite Four. I've got the Elite Four, and then I've just got to rebeat all, and then I've got to get all the Pokemon, which I've got like half of them. It's mostly a lot of evolution. That's what sucks about getting a living Dex, is that it's all just evolutions, right? That's like half of it. It's just I don't know how many. I probably did the Elite Four in X and Y and Sun and Moon like 30 times. But hey, I got the living Dex. I did it a bunch in Gen, and I have two living Dexes for Gen 1. I've got the when they re-released it on 3DS, and then I've got Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I have it twice. Cause that's just kind of how I play honestly, trying to get a living Dex changed how I played Pokemon. Where I instinctively, if there is something new, I will catch it. That's how I played That's how I played both Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, and that's how I played Sword and Shield. Where if I found something new, I caught it. Maybe I didn't use it, but it gets me to that living dex, which I do have all 400 in Gen 4. Now to be however many more that is. Oh, God, that's going to be a nightmare. Especially because I'm out of room I filled up all of my boxes in that game. They're all completely filled up, and I have not bought Pokemon Home. I might, but I haven't yet. Because, like, my living dex is still all, right? Gen 1 is still in the Virtual Console version of Gen 1. Gen 6 is still in Pokemon X. Gen 7 is still in Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun, whatever game. I haven't moved anything up. I don't know, part of me just struggles to, like, pay money to, like, store Pokemon in cloud storage. I don't know. Ooh, there's a balloon. Come on. Oh, good. A noble Zap suit? Oh, it's like a superhero outfit. Okay, I kind of get that. You know, let's pull up this shark. Let's pull up the oarfish. Let's pull up this one. Let's pull up this one. Let's clear some room. I'll leave these here for now. So tomorrow I'm definitely doing an earlier stream. It's been a while since I've done an earlier one. I've been sticking to nights. Tomorrow we're definitely going earlier, but I'm gonna put some of these sharks in storage. I don't need them on me. We've got, what is this? 66 bait. That's a fair bit of bait. Don't know how much it'll get me in the long run, but we'll mess around with it tomorrow. You know what? I actually can't end off yet. I was going to end off right there, but I can't yet. There is one more thing I got to do. God, I cannot believe I ranted about Pokemon for 30 plus minutes. I guess that's just how passionate I am about Pokemon. I mean, it is my first video game ever. When I got video games, it was the first game I ever got. God, I wish I could find it. I have no idea where the hell it is. I should still have it somewheres, but I cannot for the life of me find it. It's probably been lost. It's been lost to time at this point. But God, do I miss it? I mean, the battery was dead. The battery died in like a year or two. I honestly remember booting it up like within like 2 years and the battery just being dead in game. God, it was dumb. Oh, there's a... I wonder why it's giving us these things. Especially when it says Europe and Southern Hemisphere. Huh. I'll take that. I'll take the is it llama? Is llama in South America? Or is it alpaca? I don't remember. I'll take it. God, so many boxes. I like my boxes. That's an alpaca. Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, because I did get the letter about that at the beginning. Now, do I label this the archive the Pokemon rant? Because I did label the Paper Mario one the Paper Mario rant. I don't know. I'm probably just going to name it Wedding Reception. Ooh. So tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, because I'm doing earlier in the morning, so no sharks. Maybe tomorrow is the day I finally start working on moving my house. Maybe I cut down some trees and do some terraforming. Maybe that'll be the plan for tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.